going on? Hope y'all are having a good Thanksgiving week so far. This class is going to be pretty short. It's apps that I've been kind of wanting to share with y'all that have really helped my business, and little things, everything from financial to just social media things to, straight productivity. So let's hit it off real quick. My favorite right now I'm going to talk about is Mile IQ. It's MILE IQ. This thing is awesome. I don't know if you're like me, but tracking your miles has been not so easy, And then when it comes tax time, you're scrambling to. I've done the staying up, pulling an all-nighter, writing out all my showings for the past year from centralized showing. It's not fun. It's not fun, and it's not accurate, and it's not effective. So Mile IQ, it's really awesome. Wish I had a better way of showing y'all, but every time, you can't really see it, but there you go. Every time you drive somewhere, this app picks it up, and it does each little trip as a card. So you can just go up and down, and I haven't done it. I only have two, or no, I have three that I haven't done. So this one, example, home office to office. You can't write that off if you didn't know. Sorry. So that would be personal. So I'm doing the personal. If you swipe left, you swipe personal. If you go, this one, I went to a showing, so I go right, showings, and it keeps a log of. It's a very beautiful interface. It's very well done. It keeps a log of every month, and then every month it starts over for you, and you can send yourself a year-to-date report, PDF report that's editable. It's editable, which is awesome. Or you can do it per month and export per month. If you pay quarterly, you can export those 4 months, and it's awesome. So this month I've already logged 600 work miles, $600 worth of work miles, by the way. So that's pretty cool to be able to do this. So this is another showing. I'm going to classify it real quick. Showings. So I'll go a few days without doing it, and then I'll have like 15, and I just go in there and left, right, and then you can choose. You can set your own little. You can make a showing, make a listing appointment, make errands, make open house, closing, listing visit, property visit. You can do all those things. You add them in there as quick shortcuts, and then you can just choose it whenever you do it. Okay. So that's my favorite financial one so far. My other favorite financial one is one called Capital. That's capital with a Q, and this might not be for everybody. If you're more disciplined, it might not be for you. But for me, having the discipline to actually go in there and put 30% aside for taxes in the future, that's always remembering things. Just a lot of stuff gets in the way. I like Capital because it has a freelancer rule. So Capital works with rules. You can determine rules for everything. They have a freelancer rule where it automatically deposits 30% of your any business income, and it's whatever you pick an account. You can do over certain amounts. So if I get a business deposit in my business account over $500, it's going to automatically put 30% aside in the thing about Capital is they have their own banking accounts, so it's a little bit higher interest, but it's cool. And then they also have different rules for, like, you can determine any rules. You can make any rules. So I have a rule that every time I swipe any one of my cards, it rounds up $2. So whenever I swipe any card, it takes, like, let's say I spend $25.50, it'll round up to 27, take that $1.50 and deposit it into a goal account that I have for a certain goal. And then every week I have it set up to deposit, a certain little amount in this other little goal account. So it's just cool. It's automated. It's automated savings. It's really cool. And for us, life gets in the way, business gets in the way, so we forget. And plus, I like the fact that I don't see. I mean, the Capital account's a separate extra account, and I can check it, and I see that I have all this money for taxes, which is awesome. So rather than me logging into my Chase account and then seeing that tax account there, it kind of does something to you when you don't have to see it in your Chase, and it's not that accessible. So I like Capital capital with a Q. So it's capital with a Q, sorry. Another one, so now I'm going to go into more of like productivity and social media kind of things. If you're not using Flipboard for your news consumption, I really recommend Flipboard. It's an app, Android and iPhone. It's a really cool interface, and you kind of make your own magazines. So I'll make magazines for, like, my magazine is like wealth, building wealth. I have a magazine called Strategist, which is actually pretty popular. I made a magazine called Strategist, and I started collecting. I would add articles that I always found that pertain to strategy and business strategy. And then I remember I was kind of like poking around Flipboard like 2 years ago, and I found that I had like 200 people following this magazine called Strategist that I made. So that was kind of cool. But it's cool for sharing. As a realtor, we want to stay top of mind. So, I've had to really work on my habit of it. If I see something cool, I share it. Everybody should have this kind of little, it'll help you. Sometimes we don't think to share it, but if you find something cool worth of value, and if you're on Flipboard, you're going to be seeing it first before anyone else does. So I've noticed that it took me a while before, it took me a while of me seeing something on Flipboard, one day on a Monday, and then Wednesday it's viral on Facebook. And I'm like, damn it, I saw that on Monday. I could have shared it. So, do that. Use whatever you want, but I like Flipboard. It makes it really easy, and you can share all these things, and you can even send it to friends and all that stuff. It's a cool central place for all your news, so you can stay top of mind. That's Flipboard. So for that, and then next I'm going to go to Evernote. Evernote's an OG. It's been around a long time, and I still love it, and I use it, and it's awesome because just the way that it's, the whole infrastructure, you have different notebooks, and you can take notes on your phone, on your computer. It's really comprehensive, and it's really cool, and so I like Evernote. So Evernote's an OG. I'm not going to touch too much on that one. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's a note-taking app, and it's really cool because it's all synced everywhere. Over. I'm talking about 2 photography apps that I use. One of them is called Over. Super simple, Over. And I use it for, let me pull one up real quick. I'm going to pull up a picture. Over puts text over pictures. So you can see, how that would come in handy if you were like sold, if you put on a, Instagram post or a Facebook post, sold or multiple offers. So I'll show you one real quick. Guess I hadn't done that. I gotta be missing one. Here we go. So this one, I use 2 apps. One of them is called PicStitch, P-I-C Stitch. So that you can do different layouts with the pictures. You've probably seen it where it's like 4 pictures in one. And then I used Over to write down. So this is an Instagram post. I put 3 pictures of houses that I sold that month. And then I put closed and funded. So it looks really cool. So Over is for the writing over it, and then PicStitch is for assembling the photo frames. So it's really cool. Share your successes with your spear. Another one is Hyperlapse. Hyperlapse is really cool. It's like I can't really show y'all because it's more of like a phone only thing, but Hyperlapse. It's made through Instagram made it, and it's really cool. So I'll turn it on and I'll go in a house and I'll make sure all the lights are on and stuff. And basically it's a virtual tour. It's a really awesome virtual tour. I'll go in a house and I'll put on Hyperlapse, and then you walk through the house just like normal. You're just videoing the house. But then it's got a really cool feature where you speed it up. It's like from minimum of 1 time, the original speed, to like 6 times the speed. So as you can imagine, it's like real fast, right? The money maker is doing it like 1.5 to 2 times faster, and it's like it turns out like a really awesome virtual tour, like an actual like you're floating, it's like a real professional effect for free. Hyperlapse, try it. Record a video, walk through a house, and then hyperlapse it to 2 times as fast, and you'll watch as it just goes through, and it's like a beautiful fluid motion, video of the place. So I like that one a lot. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Google Voice. Google Voice. I love Google, everything about Google. They have a ton of stuff. They're pretty much taking over. But the voice is awesome because it allows you to have for free another number. So today, go in your Gmail account. If you don't have Gmail, start using Gmail. It's awesome. Everything is tied to that. So in Gmail, you go to Google Voice. Is like a little square at the top. You go down to Google Voice, and you can pick a number in any area code. Obviously, you're going to want Houston. There's a couple Houston area codes, 713-281, 832. Find one. You got to find the one that's available. And then you pick that Google Voice number. And then so what I'll do for, let's give an example. I'll do an ad. I'll do a Craigslist ad or a Facebook ad, or even like signs, you put signs out, we buy houses, whatever your marketing piece is. And then I'll put that Google Voice number on that piece of marketing. And so then I can track who's calling or what my return is, because I can see exactly who called that number, where they came from. There's plenty of other options for this, but Google Voice is free. It's awesome. So another thing, and I even use my Google Voice number. I have three. So the one that I use the most for if someone's calling from that number, I know it's a money call. HAR, Zillow, a couple other places, they have that number so that I know it's that people calling and I know to answer it. Another benefit is with Google Voice, your voicemails are inboxed. So it's like an inbox. It's like a Gmail. All your voicemails are transcribed. So when they speak, Google transcribes it, and it's 90% accurate most of the time, unless they're very hard to understand. And then you can press play and you can listen to it to confirm. So I love the voicemail inbox, and I love getting text my voicemails. I haven't listened to a voicemail, since 2011 or something, because every time I get a missed phone call, Google sends me a text of the voicemail, and that's epic. I don't have to listen to it. I'm in a meeting or something. I just look at the voicemail, boom, I can call them, and it's really awesome. So Google Voice, I love that. Another app I'm going to tell y'all about is, this is more iPhone specific, but I think Android does have the capability to do this, but is podcasts. I listen to podcasts religiously. I barely listen to music anymore. I'm always listening to podcasts. There's a couple that I recommend. Super Agents Live, Curator, GSD, aka Get Shit Done. I like that one. That guy's cool. And another one is, Pat Hyben, Real Estate Digital Rockstars. There's a ton of podcasts out there for every specific little niche and everything. The ones that I named off of, their whole model is that they interview super top producing agents. So they interview these agents, people, brokers or super agents, wherever they are in the US, and they interview them, and you get to, and these guys don't hold back. They tell you everything. They tell you, and they ask good questions, what they're doing, how they're doing it, what results they're getting, what's working for them, what's not working for them, their experiences, tips and tricks and pro tips. So podcasts, if you want to, I credit podcasts. I started listening to podcasts sometime last year, and just, it's really changed the way that I do business, because I'm not having to guess anymore, or like try and reinvent the wheel. And it's cool to be able to, hear these guys working on different coasts, because somebody told me this a while ago, and I've always remembered it. If you follow the people on the coasts, East Coast and West Coast, the top producing agents, the agents that make $1 million, who have teams and are killing it, if you follow them, you'll be a year ahead of your competition here. Because by the time that their techniques and, what's going on in the industry manages to hit Houston, it'll be a year later. But if you're paying attention to them, and, you can do that by Instagram, Facebook, following them. But I love the podcast because they actually get in the nitty gritty of like the business practices of what they're doing, specifically what they're doing, what systems they're using, and all those kind of tips. So podcasts, however you listen to it, go in podcasts, search real estate, see what you can find. If you want, you can text message me, call me, or email me, and I'll give you some specific ones to listen to. But one I recommend is Super Agents Live. Super Agents Live. The guy's it's kind of a butthole, but you know, you want the interviewer. I mean, Toby. He's kind of annoying. He can be annoying, but he gets good material out of the realtors, so which is always good. Another one is 3030 30-30. It's pretty cool. It's a time management app. So time management, we all struggle with it usually, but it's cool because let's say you have 10 things to do tomorrow, or today. You type in those 10 things that you have to do, and every time you type it in, it allows you to allot up to 30 minutes for it. So some things take you 5, take you 10, take you 15, take you 20, take you 30. So if I need a prospect, I'll put 30 minutes in, I'll take a 10-minute break, and then 30 minutes follow up with my open house to people, and then 10 minutes, call my past clients or whatever. And then you just, boom, you hit it, you focus hard for 30 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever it is you need to do, or how long you need to do it. And then you go into your day and you just knock out those 30-minute time slots. So it's a really cool kind of different way of time management. And, Spencer and I are big activity management, time blocking. We're really big into that. So it's a cool little way, time blocking on your phone to help you. Another one that's very comparable to that, if you don't like 30-30, you might like Hours. Hours is a little bit more open as far as how long you can, like you could do 2 hours. In Hours, it's called Hours on the App Store. You can do a thing for 2 hours. Let's say you want to do one activity for 2 hours, you want to cold call for 2 hours. You turn it on, boom, you start it. Let's say 45 minutes in, you get a client call or something comes up, you got to take a bathroom break, you pause it. Let's say you don't come back to it for 2 hours. Well, it's still there. That little slider for that particular activity is still there. So you can restart it again and say, I'm going to finish my 2 hours for today. You can even do weekly. I want to do 10 hours a week of whatever. So every time you do it, every day you start it and it'll add to that time. It's a really cool time management and it's free. So check out Hours. And then I'm going to talk about another time management is Trello, Trello. It's a free like task manager, activity management. It's really cool. I really like it. It's free. It's bare bones. It's minimalistic. And if you haven't seen it before, and if you need help kind of keeping your stuff together, your different projects, Trello, Trello. And that you can actually get online too. They have an online, you go to the site, Trello, you make an account, and it syncs with your phone account. So anything you do on your online and vice versa, it syncs with each other. The last one I'm going to talk about is BombBomb. BombBomb, Remax is the proof supplier. You'll probably see in the emails, but video is here to stay. And a lot of people are having really good results with video. It's a great way to get in front of your past clients, potential clients, and it'll really set you apart. Like let's say you have an open house and or you get a buyer lead or a seller lead. You send them a BombBomb. This costs money, but it's very affordable. It's like 20-30 bucks a month. We get a Remax approved account discount, and you get a few extra features because you're with Remax. But hey, Mr. Seller, I wanted to touch base and see if you had a chance to go look at that CMA. I know it's pretty broad, but I need to see your house in order to to give my professional opinion, et cetera, et cetera. But it sets you apart, and it helps the people get to know you so that they already feel like they know you and they can trust you and they want to do business with you. So I like that one. The last one I'm going to talk about is, I lied. The last one I'm talking about is not that one, is If This Then That, IFTTT. So this is a website as well, and I've probably touched base on it in the past, but If This Then That. So basically, if something happens, this program is set up with different sites and different apps and different programs to where you can program it to say, if someone posts a Craigslist ad that says for sale by owner, to email me that link immediately. That's a great for sale by owner, lead. Hey, I just saw wow, I just posted it 1 second ago. Wow, you'd be the first one. That's an example. if this and that. You know, you can get crazy with it. If the weather says it's going to rain tomorrow, to text me to bring an umbrella. You can get really crazy with it. You know, so get creative with it. You know, Craigslist, a good one to use with that one is Craigslist because of for sale by owner leads and even new listings leads and stuff like that for your clients. And they have I like that site because they have recipes for it online. You can click a certain app and they'll give you recipes, common recipes or popular recipes, and you can see what other people are doing, and it's really cool and it really helps you kind of get creative and see like how can I use this to help me in my business. Um, so yeah, those are the apps. This is a real quick short video, so check them out. Take what you like, leave what you don't. You know, but I hope this helps. If y'all have any questions, feel free to call, email me, or text me. Thanks, guys.